Hello, my dear student. Welcome back to online class. Myself Ashrita from Department of Economics. In today's class, I discuss about the fourth unit of monetary economics, that is commercial banking. So, in today's class, I discuss meaning of commercial bank and also definition of commercial bank and the functions of commercial bank. So, let us see the meaning of commercial bank. So usually a bank is a business organization and it is set up makes a profit oriented and it performs the function of a money lender. It is a structure of banks. So a commercial banks is a type of banks that provide services such as accepting deposits, making business loans, and offering basic investment products. That is the operated a business for the profit. And commercial banks from a significant part of the country's financial institution system. So the main source of income of a commercial bank is a difference between the two rate which they charge to borrowers and pay to the depositors. So main source of commercial bank is borrowers and the pay to the depositors. So we can see the meaning of a commercial bank. So here commercial banks are a profit seeking financial institution that takes deposit from the customers at a lower rate of interest rate, and it makes business loans at a higher interest rate, and it is additional they also sells various investment product and banking services that augment their profit. So the example of commercial banks is ICIC banks and State Bank of India and also Axis Bank and HDFC Bank. So this is about the meaning of a commercial bank. So next we move on to the definition of the commercial bank. So according to Crowther, he defined a dealer in the debt, his own and other people's. So, according to this definition, the essential characteristics of banker is dealing in a debt or money. In the simple sense or a simple word, we can say a purchase or a accepting of deposit from the public and money or a lending of funds to the needy. So it is according to the Crowther, and according to H.L. Hurt, he defined as a commercial bank one who in the ordinary course of his business or receive money which is repaid by the honoring checks of a person from whom or on whose account he is received it. um, in a simple word we can say that money accepted or receiving of deposit and payment of checks drawn against those deposit, that is repayment of these checks. So according to Cranes, financial intermediator, a dealer in a loan and debts. So it means modern banks play an intermediate role between the depositor and the borrower. So, according to him, modern bank or banks play an intermediary role between the depositor and the borrower. So, these are all the definition about a commercial bank or a bank modern banking system. So, next we can move on functions of commercial banks. So here we can see the function of commercial banks. So the major function of commercial bank is borrowing and lending. So majorly we know that banks function is main borrowing and the lending, and the function of commercial banks are classified into two groups. One is primary function and secondary or a subsidiary function. So here we can see the diagram of functions of commercial banks. So there are main two functions, that is primary function and the secondary function. Under the primary function we can see the accepting loans and granting loans or advances. So under the accepting loans, we can see the saving deposit, fixed deposit or current deposit, and recurring deposit. Under the granting loans or advance, overdraft, cash credit loans, and discount. So second main function is secondary function or a subsidiary function. Under that we can see the agency function and utility function. So under that agency function, we can transfer of funds, periodic payment, checks, uh, connections, and other function. And next one is utility function. Under that we can see the lockers, draft, and social welfare program and other functions. So this is the main function of commercial banks. Let us see the primary function one by one. So under the primary function, we can see the many classification. So first one is accepting of deposit, next advancing of loans, use of check system, and investment of funds on securities, and creation of money. So this is all under come under the primary function. So let us see the first one, accepting of deposits. So commercial bank borrowing in the form of deposit from its customers. So deposit constitute the main source of funds or commercial bank. The deposit received by the banks may be of the following types. There are many types under that. First one is demand deposit or current account deposit. So if a deposits money in the bank in the current account, that is demand deposit, can withdrawn in the part or in full at any time, without notice. So current account deposit are repayable on the demand. So for this reason, they are also called as demand deposit. And the most important in the check facility, it made available them, and account holder make payment to the parties through the checks on this account. So further, on the behalf of the holders of current deposit, bank collecting the check, draft, and dividend warrant, and postal order. So it can be also we can deposit or a current account deposited. And next one is a fixed deposit or time deposit. So deposit withdrawn after the expire of any agreement period by the surrounding of fixed deposit receipt is known as fixed deposit. So uh, fixed deposit account also form one of the most important type of bank account. And it is usually they are opened by small investors, so who do not want to investment their money in the risky industrial security, but he wish to deposit their money in the bank and earn good for the steady income. Next, we can see the saving banks deposit. So, saving bank account are the opened by the middle or low income group of people. Who wish to save the a portion of their current income from their future needs and earn fair interest on their deposit. So next, fourth, recurring deposit account or cumulative account. So it is a very popular in the recent year. They are variantly of and innovated over the saving bank account. So in the case of recurring account deposit, the depositor deposited a fixed amount of money every month for the agreed period. So this is all come under the accepting of the deposit. And next, we can move the um, advancing loans. So it is another function of banking. It is given loans to other. So if the bank does not lend the deposited money by the other, banks give a loan to the business and firm usually for the short period only. So banks advance loan into the following ways like that. So first one is by allowing an overdraft. So those who keep currency account with the banks are sometimes given a right to the overdraft their amount. So peoples make arrangement with the bank that if a checks has been drawn by them which is not covered by the deposit, so bank should be granted overdraft and honor the checks. So it is by allowing an overdraft. Second one is cash credit loan. So under this account, the bank given a loan to the borrowers against the certain security. So before granting credit, the bank must be satisfying itself about the credit worthiness of the borrowers. So next, demand loans. So demand loan granted by the banks are those loans which can be recalled on the demand by the bank any time. So the entire sum of the demand loan granted to the borrowers in the credited in his account. So it is come under the advancing loan. Next we can see the, so one more is remain, sorry, discounting bill of exchange. So a very important function of the modern bank, it is discounting bills or the bills of the business. So commercial bank discounting bill of the exchange and facilitate trade and the commerce. So it is all come under the advancing loans. So next we can see the next function of primary function is use of check system. The commercial bank have developed the check system. The depositor are given the right to withdraw from their deposits any amount of money convenience through the check. So next, investment of funds in a security. So in addition to loans and advance, modern commercial bank also invested a part of its surplus fund in the government security and earn the interest on them. So in some countries, the commercial banks are required under the status to the investment a portion of their funds in the government and other approval security. Next, we can see the creation of money. So, creation of money is an important function of money. Banks are not credited the create credit by the creating check money or deposit money. So, which on account of free acceptability circulation like legal tender money. So, these are all primary function. So let us see the secondary or the subsidiary function. So the secondary or subsidiary function of money can be classified into two groups. They are, first one is agency services and general utility services. So let us see the first one, agency services. As an agent, commercial bank perform a number of other functions for a benefit of their customer. So, like the bank collection checks, bank draft, bill of exchange, promissory notes, interest, dividend on the security, and on behalf of their customer. It is a main benefit of customer to the agency services, and the bank pay promissory notes, bill of exchange, insurance premium, club bill, and it may be also pay certain bill of the customer as per their directive. And some of benefit of customer is like that the bank act the trustee and the executor. The bank preserve the will of the customer and executive them after their death. And the commercial bank give an advice to their customer on the financial matter. And shares and debenture of the business concerned, and also loan floated by the government. And in the recent year or recent days, commercial banks, particularly in the developing countries, play an important role in the achievement of socio-economic objective, such as development of agriculture sector, small industries or small entrepreneurs. So it given a priority set up by the government. So next, general utility services. So the modern bank provides services to its customers and at the same time to the general public, known as general utility services. So first one is the modern bank providing safe locker facility to its customer. Given a safe custody refers to safe keeping of valuable things like shares, stocks, will document, gold, silver, ornaments. So these are all things keep in a safe, and the bank has an annual rental for these services. And next, the bank also issues the um, checks and letters for the credit to the public to avoid the risk from the thief in the case of travels. And also the banks given a confidential status report of the customers, like in the case of inquire from other reputed business concern, bank given a status report its borrowers on the basis of their credit worthiness in the bank transaction. And also one more, the commercial bank also carry the business of buying and selling of foreign currencies, and it turn into help the exported and imported in their involvement of foreign trade. So these are all come under the secondary sector. So I concluding this topic. So commercial bank occupy a position in the modern economic organization by acting as an intermediator between the depositor and borrowers in the promoted the level of saving and investment. So volume of employment and income generation in an economy. So thank you for watching.